Now today I understand this so well. I'm loving what I'm doing. I'm loving this time together with you. But it's all because I realize that I'm just a little piece of a big picture here. I get 1 hour to share with you my heart and kind of love on you and help you and hopefully give you some practice, and then I leave and you go right on. And I realize that I'm just a little part here, not a big part. I'm just a little part. But I tell you what, I would rather be a little part of something big like Ambit Energy than a big part of overseeing the outhouse at the back of the farm. and I just kind of thought I would rather go with a lot of people and be part of a winning team than to kind of be like the team. Let me talk to you about reality, which is the foundation of leadership and of learning. There's a book that Scott Peck wrote called The Road Less Traveled, and he starts this classic book. It's a classic book. It's been out for 35 years now. But his first words is, life is difficult. It's difficult. It's not easy. And you know what? We get in this business, or we get into anything, and we, you know what we all want? We all want shortcuts, don't we? How many of you have ever tried to take a shortcut to success? How many of you ever tried to take an escalator to the top of the mountain of success? How many of you ever, hitchhiked a ride? We're always looking for a quick way, a fast way. Just give it to me now. Because I want to get to the top of Ambit Energy, and I want to get to the top in 3 months. All right, 6 months. 6 months. I'll give it 6. And reality is something. Reality is something that we just have to kind of come to grips with. And the fact is, let me tell you something. To be successful, it takes longer than you think, and it costs more than you want to pay. That's a fact. I've never heard anybody come up and say, this is amazing, this success that we have. I'm not even sure how I got on top of the mountain. I just woke up this morning and I was here. And I can't even, it's just amazing. It's just amazing how quick it came, and I really didn't have to pay anything for it, and I didn't have to work hard. You see, every dream must be built on a foundation of reality. It's the reality that allows us to build the dream. Emerson said, "The walking of man is falling forward." That's a great quote. He says that when you think of man walking through the history of life, it's a story of falling forward. In fact, it's out of Emerson's quote that I got the book that I wrote about 12 or 13 years ago, Failing Forward. It was from that quote. I read that quote and I thought, boy, that's good. If he'd have said failing forward, it'd even been better. By the way, my father was the president of the university for several years. And I always said, Dad, the first course every freshman should have at school, regardless of what they're going to go be, there ought to be a failure 101 course. There just ought to be a course that just says, kids, we're going to teach you how to fail correctly. Because you're going to do a lot of it. I never had a failure course. I felt cheated. Because when I started failing, no one ever taught me how to do it. In fact, did any of you read my book? I wrote a book called Failing Forward. Did you ever read that book? A lot of you read that book, yeah. I wrote that book on a cruise. Margaret and I were going on a cruise to see the fjords of Norway. And I didn't realize until about 2 weeks before that it was a 2-week cruise. To see the fjords of Norway. Norway. Fjords. I said, baby, 2 weeks, a little overkill. I mean, God created the heavens and earth in 6 days.